Clear tonight, low 76. Sunny Wednesday, high 102. For Redlands is a heat advisory in effect. Clear skies this morning, sunny today, high 104. And for Palm Springs, an excessive heat warnings in effect. Clear skies this morning, a sunny afternoon, high 116. I'm meteorologist Jim Minaldi for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. Got a lot of things going on. And, by the way, it's a little warm out. And I understand it's going to be warm throughout the week. So, be careful. It feels good usually like in the early morning. Like right now, it feels good. But man, later, you're going to be like, why did I do that? So always put on the AC if you have it, especially on days like this, because when it gets hot, and I will say, and I'm not sure, I haven't watched the weather really, but there were certain clouds in the air and I go, oh, that's moisture. So it kind of has that little feeling of like a vacation in my head. Whenever I feel moisture especially in LA, because we don't get moisture in LA like we do, but when I feel it, you call it humidity, but for some reason, when it's a certain temperature with certain heat, I go vacation mode because I'm used to like vacationing when I used to way back when, in like parts of Mexico, like Cancun or, And I just remember, you ever have that moment where you're like, it feels like that. So if you're like in a vacation mode, that's what it feels like. So that's what I say. But people that have never been on vacation in areas like that, you kind of don't have anything to go with on that. So you go, I hate it. And I go, so all right, so put on the AC. But some people are like, oh, it's like Florida. I go, no, Florida's worse. But if it's like low humidity, that's us. High humidity is horrible, and I've had that in Cancun. Again, Cancun. Anyone going to Cancun? Seriously, I need the hookup. Because I need to go vacation mode. Anyway, so that's the answer. But have fun while you're doing that, and remember, always pay the bills. All right, so because bills are going up evidently. And I saw something, and I said, oh no, that's not good. It's not good for anyone. Because they said something that we said yesterday on the show, and I said, yep, there it is. They said prices are going up, guys. Prices. Whew, and they're hating it because Russia is impacting the world, even though it's on the other side of the world. It impacts especially those here in the U.S. So you go, wait, what? But it's all over there. Yeah, but financial. It all ties together, and that's what's going on. So there was a moment I was like, you know what? Maybe I should take the day off, and I really thought that because sometimes I've done that. But this is the last of the last show. Literally. So this week is the end of the morning show. So we got Jess over there. This is the last you're ever going to see of, well, you'll see Jess probably on maybe other show. But on our show, we're going bye-bye. So Jess, what's going on?
Oh, yes, it is a beautiful day and the heat is kicking as usual. And you know what? Yeah, I remember going on vacation we always go to like the desert, another desert for vacation. We go to the lake and I burn myself in the sun.
Oh.
Yeah, I do not like the sun. I burn quite easily, even with sunscreen.
That's interesting because you're very like, you like you have a good tan. You have a good, usually light complected, like, do you ever peel? Do you like the peeling part?
I do. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about
you get addicted. I guarantee it. It's a thing. You get addicted, right? It's just a thing. You kind of go like, okay, go ahead.
no. I would, whenever I would get my sunscreen or my little burn mark there, I would try and like remove it all in one piece, and I'd be like, "Silence of the lambs," and yeah, so
I did it one time as I was young, and that's why I say to young ones, be careful with that because it gets addicting when you get past that burn stage, and then it starts peeling, right, and it starts coming off. So you go ooh, and then you start peeling a little. Well, when I was young, I had a mark on my left arm. It stayed, and I go, what happened? But it was all the area where I peeled, so I don't think it was ready to come off. I think, and I kind of, in a way, I didn't really scar it, but I created like a dark right on. Do you ever do that?
no. At least I can't remember.
Yeah. There's a way to probably get rid of it. It's like those, but they're expensive, man. You got to do all that. Like I saw a laser treatment. They were literally getting the person lighter, and I guess the thing was like, it's a laser, man. And I don't know if you've seen it. It's been going kind of around. Oh, by the way, TikTok Social media. Okay, watch it. Okay, just brought up something yesterday. I didn't think it was even going to be done, and I kind of don't think it's going to be done, and I don't think they're going to do it. I know when I saw it, I said there's no problem, because I don't think they really did all. Okay, Elon evidently, according to the information I got, maybe you have more information than I do. Elon, uh, we all know he bought Twitter, right? Way ago when he had PayPal, which honestly, it's an awesome, like, I could see it being like another, okay, people know Venmo, right? Venmo, PayPal. Okay, they're the same. Venmo is for the new generation, but it's the PayPal, so I go, because they actually work together. I checked it out. I go, oh, it's the same thing. And a lot of people don't really know Musk. You only see SpaceX. That's him. I did. I'm not gonna lie. That's him, right? But he goes all the way back to PayPal. Okay, he actually took it next level. That's made a lot of money. It's micropayments. A lot of people know that, and people go, yeah, that's how I make money because it's in the little, but you got to do it in quantity. So when it got out there, and then everybody was using it, it's called the little. Because remember, like you could send it to friends and or family for basically no charge, and then they had businesses. Then they got like the little device, the square device. That was really cool. I remember I met the guy who actually made that, and I was like, wow, it's really cool. Because I was with a bunch of developers, a bunch of app developers, and I was like, it was like a meetup, and I'm like, you're all in the same room. That's so weird. And they're like sharing ideas because it was kind of the thing of like I don't think they're doing it anymore. I think they're part of whatever's the next thing, but they were doing development for iPhone, right? And Android they were really not focusing on, but it was kind of like the new. Okay, I'll give you an example. Whenever there's a device that comes out and they say we open it up to everyone to do, learn it, learn it, okay, learn it and do it. That's the answer. Because if you do that, even if it's a small thing, like okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, there's something I'm gonna do. All right, I did some research. I went to a store and I said, okay, what is that about? And so I downloaded because sometimes, okay, I'll give you an example. Everyone knows we're doing comic, right? Okay, so and I tell Jess, you got to do, the story that you keep saying you want to do, and I'll help you do it, but I'm just saying do it. So because at some point it's gonna like you're gonna see a version of it somewhere. I've already seen multiple versions of like not one of my stories, but something. Oh, I was working on like a ship thing, and I go, that ship looks very familiar. Right? It was a movie that came out in 2018. Yeah, 2018. And I said, oh, that's weird. So I'm like, you know how people say, oh, we're on the same wavelength. I think it's something else entirely. And now there's other things that are kind of tapping into that. You go, or some people say I must have seen it somewhere, but I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm like, nope, that's not the ship design I'm going to do at all, unless of course maybe it makes sense and mine is better. But even then, they might say that's our design because it's on our poster. I go, shoot, you're right. All right, so you got to be careful of that. You got to be careful. So that's the answer. So be careful. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah. Oh, so I downloaded, and you may have seen it. And I'm not gonna lie. I used to be because I used to, everybody knows I come from the world of sales, right? And so I used to go to people's homes, and I used to actually measure. And I've talked about it on the show before. I used to measure the house, right? You measure like one area from one area, one wall to one wall, right? Or maybe like a window, right? I used to do a lot of things that included measuring. And I remember they had devices, and you may have seen them. They're really cool. Some of them have like a little laser. Those are cool. And then you point it at the wall, and it automatically calculates. What do you call it? It calculates like the width or the length, or the height or the width, right? So anyway, and that's what you do, especially for like air conditioning. If you have an air conditioner, you know that you want it sized right for your house. So you got to figure out the square footage. And you just do it really quick, because there's volume and there's a bunch of stuff that they say. But I go, just keep it simple. I asked somebody who actually did that, and he was like, just keep it simple. Don't go all complicated. Because some would do like, okay, we have to do, we have to do this wall, we have to do that wall, we have to see about your insulation, we have to see about that. Just keep it simple. All right, about 400, right, a ton. So 400 square feet equals 1 ton. I don't even know what a ton means in the air conditioner world. I just know it works. So a lot of those. Okay, you have a wall unit that has. If you bought it, it goes. This is how much this wall unit will fill up comfortably. Is what it should say. Comfortably, right? And because sometimes they work a lot in order to compensate to get it all like put a little room air conditioner, which is real tiny, into a huge, right? It's not going to fill it up. It might do the little area that you're in, but it's going to go all over the place because it just can't keep up. All right. So when you have a house, if you do 1 ton, then you have 400 square feet. And honestly, that's really a room, really. I mean, it's so small. 400 is not big. 800, 1200, right? So maybe it's not a room. Maybe it's bigger than a room. Okay, maybe a living room. Maybe that's that. Anyway, the point is, I don't know how to like obviously do the calculation really quick in my head. I'm not that. But the app that I downloaded, and I do recommend because it was actually pretty cool. I used it on a. I'm not going to say what it is because then you're going to steal it. But anyway, the point is this, all right? It works. And I was like, this is awesome. And I've wanted to get it forever, not going to lie. And I was like, okay, it actually works. It's actually pretty cool. It's called Tape Measure. And you go, tape measure? Why is tape measure a thing? But it actually is, and it's really cool. And they got all kinds of things. I go, why do you charge for it? Because I kind of want to see what else it does. Because you could be in the room, right? And you point it at one wall. You go to the other wall and you automatically know how far it is in distance, but also maybe in size, right? And that's important, right? Okay, so, and you go, well, why is that important? I go, well, again, developers do something where they go, okay, now how can I do that different? Or how can I make that better? And technically that's not a developer. Developer is just the guy that makes it happen. But someone who would go, they go next level with it, they go, oh, I can use that technology for this, that, or the other, right? Kind of like Pokemon. Pokemon used Niantic. Niantic was technically, they weren't doing anything. They're like, we don't know what, and then the Pokemon people came and said, we know what we could do with that. And then all of a sudden they released it and they made a lot of money, right? So Pokemon Go, right? If you have it, but I don't know. Is it the way it was, Jess?
I don't know. I haven't played it in like over a few years now.
Okay. So, and I get that, because kind of, but I say get it, get it. I don't know, maybe they're gonna do something new with it. Anyway, the point is, I like it when they do. There was a thing where you would challenge someone else with your Pokemon, and if you're in the same room, you could trade your Pokemon. Did you know that, Jess?
Yeah, old school days.
Yeah, with Pokemon Go. With Pokemon Go, you could do that. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty awesome. Anyway, but I like the challenge thing. Like, okay, I'm going to challenge you, with your Pokemon Go. Think about it. So anyway, then you go next level with that. Anyway, that's taking a technology, putting your stuff on it, and then going next level with it. Well, that is exactly what's happening in the world of, I think, everything. I think Facebook. I saw something that Facebook owned something, but now it's coming out that Musk, in essence, is in trouble because Microsoft owns the X trademark. And if Microsoft owns the X trademark, then Musk is going to get sued, guaranteed. What just?
Actually, it's not Microsoft. It's Meta, which is even worse.
Wait, what? No. Oh, they're probably fighting over. Okay, this story that I hear in front of me. I'm going to say it. Here it is. To recap over the weekend. Maybe do they have AI run this? Because AI can get this wrong. Oh, you might be right. Somebody tweeted that Microsoft owns a trademark for X. Who knows the information? I saw that too. I saw Meta may own it. Okay, where's the information? Seriously, they need to check this, right? Like no one's checking this.
Right. I'm on Business Insider. So apparently, Meta already established or registered an X logo.
Okay, but okay. A logo, though, is different than a trademark.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so I say this person, I'll go with this person. He's a member in intellectual property law at the University of Sussex. Okay, they're very smart. May not sound smart, but smart. He says, Microsoft owns a trademark for X, so Musk has destroyed a loved and strong brand for potential years of litigation and potentially no brand. Wow. And it goes into the history of Microsoft and Musk. And so you go, well, how does that affect me? I'll tell you how that affects you, okay? Your account is going bye-bye if he goes to X. I guarantee it. Because now it's not Twitter anymore. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's saying, in essence, I got for like billions of dollars. They had the reminders. $44 billion that he bought Twitter, right? Now, he got a lot of money because you all are paying for it with a little checkmark that you've always wanted, right? And you're paying monthly for it. But if you don't pay, does it go away? I'll say yes. I had it until I got hacked, then I got my account back, and now I don't have it. I go, what's that about? If I didn't get hacked, would I, do I have, and I say, well, not really, but, because it's their platform. So I'm on it, but I put stuff on it. But then you go, wait a minute. So, and here's the thing, and I guarantee his girlfriends are hating him right now, because I guarantee he's the guy to go in. What prevents him to go in? Would you do that, Jess? If you could go to maybe not an ex, because you wouldn't do that. But let's say someone did something, and then you're like, fine. And then all of a sudden it pops up on your little, because now you own the company that I happen to, be on, and you're like, you're really mad, maybe not at me, but someone else. And then all of a sudden you go, I'm going to go check that. Right? And then you check, you go, oh, he had a conversation with that person, right? Would you do that, Jess?
No, I would not do that.
Good. That's deniability. But, see, you didn't say it on the air, but I just saw you. I saw your face. Okay, so that's the point. So the point is, right, that's Musk. He's going to say, no, I didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. When he treats you different, I guarantee he looked at your messages, which is actually privacy problems. But how can you prove it when he owns... so that's why a lot of exes of him are getting rid of their thing. But here's the thing: they still have access to it. So all he has to do is enable it because it's right there. When you say deactivate, that doesn't do it. It stays on the server, so he still has all your messages. So I say, don't date that guy. Don't date that guy. So you got to be careful. If you're a guy. I had a conversation with someone. They said, I used to date a guy that actually got really big. If I would have known, I would have gone out with him. Again, it's what they wanted to say. You could tell, but they didn't say it. I'm like, wow, you're that person. Anyway, because that person I know, and he'd been in the room, he'd be like, you just wanted me for what I do and versus who I am. And they go, well, I need money, man. So that's the answer. All right. So people get desperate, man. So that's what you're going to see. Anyway. All right. We got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 queen pillow top sale on now.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Summer in the Inland Empire. You know what that means. Sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working cool before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000 and get cool today.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control and in many cases get get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call the Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Let's see. We do some shout outs. We got Viviana tuning in. We got Patricia. Thank you for tuning in. Srihari tuning in. Stephanie tuning in. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Oh, by the way, look. Well, Jess is always going to be around. Okay, Jess is on like practically 24/7. My God, he works so much. He is in the studio at our station. Okay, that's the answer. So he's not going anywhere. I'm really not going anywhere. I'm just changing, meaning I'm not doing the morning show anymore. There's a new show. It's coming. And so that starts Monday, okay? And they're promoting it, thank God. So I was like, you gotta promote. So they're in essence, they're the new show of. So when you go or you say, because I've had this before, why are you not on? Because it's another show. But then people go, well, what happened? I go, no, you don't understand. Okay, so how do I say? Okay, I have an entertainment show. It's coming. I have to make like everything for it. Like Musk is doing his thing. He had it ready to go in essence. But people are like, they hate the X. My God. So my show, which used to be an entertainment show called the Hollywood Social Lounge, and honestly, I've had an entertainment show for a while. I used to do it just online, and it was just called, I didn't even call it anything. It was just like red carpet interviews. So we used to go to red carpet, so we promote them. And then I'd brand with somebody like Latine magazine. That was an awesome magazine, by the way. But, they went out of business, and I said, shoot. Because I thought it had legs, man. I was like, do it. But he's like, it is so costly. I go, well, all right, I got that. But Latine magazine, it just works, right? It was Lateen. So people were like, is it L18? I go, no, it's Latin, but then I go, yeah, that makes sense. But it was for the Latin community of kids, which was really good. Like we had Selena Gomez on, we had some others, and they had me. They go, can you be our LA guy? I said, yeah, I'm the LA guy. So that got us access to a lot of red carpets. That was at the very beginning. But I met him. His name is Ayal. All right, Ayal. Honestly, so funny too. He's not even Latin. Ayal Korchak, right? You're like, what is that? Honestly, he's Jewish. So he saw opportunity in the Latin community when other people are like fighting for, So anyway, that's the answer. But the point is this. So we're not going anywhere. But the show is not anymore. That's the answer. Okay. Bye-bye. Gone. That's the answer. So now it's a new show, but they're taking over the time. So that's the answer. They're getting the time. So, and I got the call over the weekend. I said, okay, that makes sense. They said, or I said, all right, that's fine. They said, do you want your entertainment show on? And I said, yeah, of course, why not? And so that's what so that's where we're at. So that's why I go, oh, got to go back to that. So I'm going back to that. And then that frees up the time. So and I'm not under contract, by the way. It's called, hey, we, in essence, we help each other out. So I'm looking for a job. Okay. Cause now I have I can do it anywhere technically. And that's why I love the station, except Jess doesn't love it because he has to stay there. He doesn't have the ability to do that because he is a employee of the station. Right, Jess?
Right. If I can somehow control all of this on one device from anywhere in the world, that would be awesome.
Yeah. But again, Jess gets paid as an employee. I do not. I keep saying that. I do not. So I need like an agreement or a contract. I really do. I keep saying this. But there you go. If that's right, you get it. So because it's affiliated with ABC, but ABC doesn't own. Like I can go anywhere. I used to work at NBC. CNBC. Somebody said, hey, why don't you? And I said, whoa. We gotta be careful of that. But then I said, well, I don't have a show anymore, so we're good with that. So, because people were making offers, I go, you never know. But again, it's called, hey, you got to, I've been doing things for free for way too long. My God. And I keep saying this, do it. But, I did the math and I go, how long have we, how long? Because I stepped in on the morning show because somebody stepped away all of a sudden. So they call me all of a sudden. It always happens that way. It's like there's no planning. They go, can you do it? I go, yeah, sure. Good to go. I'm like, what do we talk about? Right. And that was in the days, I didn't do video. I think, or did I do video? I don't remember. But and you know, I had a different, because he was an engineer. Brett Malik was, you know, and he's like, okay, and he rolled with it. But again, I go, but you know, I wouldn't forgive somebody that walks away that quick. I would be like, I don't think so, because they went TV, so they got TV, and then they quit that within like a month later, and I was like, wow, and then they went right back, you know. So I'm like, why would, you know, I wouldn't be all right with that. That's the answer. So you know, somebody walks away, leaves you high and dry, and they don't give you any like. And I get it. You go, yeah, but, you know, I do it in essence, you know. I go, but still, you know, it's not good long term, because then people, they go, wow, you're that. I don't forgive that. I go, I got it. You know, you're going to be like that. Forget it, you know. So, and I think a lot of companies understand that, right? Because there's a lot of people that are, like, if you're like go on of a company, did you do it in by either saying something or doing something or saying, hey, I want less time, right? Because Jess is like, I want more time. I don't want less time. I need the money, right, Jess?
Yes, but also I actually like working here. So I like everything that has to do about this place. So that's why I enjoy working here.
Exactly. That's why I love Jess, right? And some people, because of other things, you know, people always ask what happened to Brett. Brett had to, you know, but he's back. He does a lot of reporting when it comes to sports, you know. But you know, and then we have other people that you don't. But I put them on the show. Sean Nickerson, I've had him on the show, especially the Hollywood Social Lounge, which I'm rebranding to something else. And I said I was going to release it yesterday, but man, did I get busy with something. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do a magazine. There's the answer. I'm doing a magazine, okay? In tandem. I've always wanted to do it, but I was like, how do you do it with, you know? And then I saw something, not going to lie. And I have to do a shout out to this, because they're going to say, did you? And I said, I did, because it's the smartest thing ever. Check out Interview Magazine, okay? It's at Barnes & Noble, okay? I did some research, not going to lie. I did some research. I said, okay, you know, because I've had people do magazines and they go, bye-bye, right? So I go, okay, because it's expensive to do a magazine, okay? So you got to, you know, there's a way to do it, but whatever. So the point is this, okay? Interview Magazine, I love them. You know what they do, Jess? Go check it out. It's actually pretty interesting. Danny DeVito, you go, oh, they hire, no, they don't hire writers. They don't hire writers. You know what they do? They put people in a room, they record it, and then they get the transcript and they put it down in a magazine. And it's in newspaper form. But it's kind of like Instagram, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, dude, Instagram, you're gonna see a bunch of Instagram like newspapers all of a sudden that are more magazine than not. They really do it like really good. Jennifer Lawrence is on the front cover. Her story's way in the back. But honestly, who interviews her? They should promote that. You know who promote? Okay, think about it, Jess. Okay, who as a celebrity, you go, huh? If you read it in an article, you'd be like, I get that. That would interview Hunger Games girl.
That'll be pretty funny. Have you ever seen any of her like live interviews?
I've seen a couple.
She's actually really funny when she's just her normal self.
Yeah.
Because then you realize, you know what? Even though she's like a celebrity actor and all that stuff, she's just a normal person. She's hilarious.
She is. But they do something that I've always said. You know, we should do, because, you know, and someone said, I'm going to give credit to that. Jesse Torres, the other Jesse, right? Jesse Torres. He and I can have a show again, technically. I could just say, yo, I don't want a, and you know, I'm going to do this really quick, really fast, that you guys are tuning in. Do you want a biz show, which I think are boring. But when it's with Jesse Torres, it's actually kind of fun, not going to lie. But we'd have to do it different than we used to do it. We used to do it just audio. But then he would repurpose it and he put it up on YouTube. And he was very smart about that. I go, huh? And I learned from that. He just put it up with a graphic. I go, that's smart. That's a way to repurpose it. And technically it's a podcast. He could podcast that and bring all those back up. Because he interviews some big people. He has connections. He's like, okay, we're interviewing this person. He happened to have sold to Microsoft Skype, because they used to have Skype because they created it. I go, what? Then we interviewed somebody that created an app, but they used to work for Sony, but they wanted to, you know, market it. And I go, what? So I learned a lot from that show, okay? And it was called Money Talk with Jesse Torres. But he wanted me as his, like, you know, his host, which is a co-host, right? So I was his co-host. It was his show, but he's like, no, I want to do it with you. I'm like, awesome. But I learned so much. Then we formed 2 Men in Your Biz, right? But do you want that, or do you want entertainment? Or you're like, I'm done, man. I'm just, you know, what is it? That's what I want to know. Because so vote right now. I love social media because you guys are so smart. And Man, I got so many things I want to say. Okay, so when you see me post something about a magazine, I'm probably getting your opinion on something because I want to see what works. Because sometimes people say things, but it's just in you. You just know it. I don't know how to explain it. You just know it. I put things out there, but now I'm like, should I take them down? Because somebody said, it might get out there. I go, it might. So if I take some things down, it's not because I'm not doing it. It's called privacy. Because some of that stuff, people take it, and they steal it. Kind of like that poster. I'm so glad I saw the poster. I'm like, not doing that design, even though I was already on the fence on it. I know, convenient. But the point is this. If you have an idea, go somewhere, ask people random, and be all right with what they say. All right? Just be all right. So I went, and I'm not going to lie. I saw something. I don't want to say it because it's not my creation. Somebody asked me, can you help me with I'm just going to say children's book, okay? He wanted me to help with his children's book, but he wants me to put it with something else. So at Barnes & Noble, they have this right when you're in line, right? And I saw a kid go over to one of these, and he said, and he was excited. But his mother was like, whatever, right? So and then she was so cute. She's a little grandma, right? She went to this one and she picked up something, and then she was like holding it, and I go, I have a question. She said yes, and I was in line because I was gonna pay for the magazine because I pay for the magazine. I know you're gonna see because the magazine. What you got to do research, man. You got to see what works, what doesn't, and there you go. It's actually a combination of multiple magazines of what I'm gonna do. Will it work? I don't know. I hope it does, but will people buy? Who knows? But anyway, the point is this, okay? I do have a lot of people that actually have magazines, and but I got to find a printer that actually prints really cheap, and that's why I say I think the magazine that's going to work is technically the newspaper one, because that paper is very cheap. It's really the printing that costs, but it's newspaper-ish, and I go, there's something about that. I don't know what it is, but they sell it. You know how much, Jess? $13.95 Interview magazine, which again I say go get it because it's pretty cool and it's a great read, but it's done in a way where it's newspaper, but it's done as like you want it on your you want to, you don't want to leave it, but if it were there you'd pick it up, you go, this is interesting. It's hard to explain,
It's, you know what? It's been a long time since I've actually bought a magazine off the rack. I remember this one magazine. I can't remember the name of it, but I liked it a lot because they gave different views on video games rather than just the more generic ones at the time.
Yeah.
And plus the fact that I liked their paper and the ink that they used, it was just really like smooth. And I don't know. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I think I paid like $9-10 for their magazine, and they came out like once every 2 months, so it wasn't once a month.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so okay, what you're saying. All right, now let me go back to it because I skip around. People go, I didn't get the information. Go get interviewmagazine.com. All right, if you have a Barnes & Noble near you, go do that. You can even subscribe online. I just love what they're doing. I think they're very smart. I think they're ahead of it, to be honest. And if I could hire them, I would, because I looked at some of the names. I go, ooh, smart, right? They just put their email, contact us, and I'm like, that's smart. And I looked at the advertising, not gonna lie, not a lot. So I go, how are they making money, right? They're charging you, the person. So I think it probably is $13.95 to make that, but they have to have distribution, so they got to answer to someone, and they do. They have like a host of other ones, I think. There's a couple that I looked at. Okay, I'll say another one. This is for you guys, all right, that want to do magazine, because whenever I do something, I put it out there, and I go, what? I told you. Vogue, okay? Go check out Vogue, but don't check out the one that's out. Wait, is it Vogue or is it another one? I think it's Vogue. Yeah, it's Vogue. Okay, there's Miley's on it. Okay, I think it's Vogue. I have it. Anyway, because I bought it, right? $8.99. Who pays that, Jess? I'm like, if I could get it to $3 something, but then you're gonna say that's a little, that's a lot, not a lot. I go, do you know how much printing is like? That's why there's no money in it. There's no money. It's called promotion. That's why you have to have somebody pick up the tab. Call it a advertiser. Call basically. And I looked at all the advertisers. Not gonna lie. And they wouldn't advertise on right here because it's maybe they wouldn't. But they're like jewelry, right? Jewelry, bags. Women buy this stuff, okay? You would be like, I cannot even afford that. Swarovski, Cartier, they have the money. It's called branding. I don't know how much, I don't know how long they have it for, but whatever. The point is, if you're a magazine and you have technically you've been around, then but I think they're all the same because I think they got bought up. Oh, that's the answer. No wonder they look the same. If you look at the back cover, I looked at like four magazines, and I looked at the back cover, and they're all same. I thought they were copying each other. They're not. They're owned by the same company, I think. Right? But because somebody buys them, maybe they're not. I don't know. Maybe they just copy each other. Well, okay. The one that was different was Interview Magazine. So you know who interviewed Jennifer Lawrence? Cameron Diaz.
Ooh, okay, that'd be funny.
Isn't that an interesting interview, though? I'm like, done. I'm done with that. Good. So, and then some of the interviews. Oh, I think this one they did on Skype, or one of the interviews. I don't know. And then who interviewed, which was very smart. I think I've seen it on like a camera, or maybe not. I don't really. I've seen actors interview actors that go, there's something about that. What is it? Magazine. It's awesome. You don't have to put it on, and there's something about reading it, and then they do the little highlight, little blurbs. They did some pretty wow. Anyway, okay, so and maybe with the magazine you could do that. Yeah, you get a little because this one they say Jennifer Lawrence and Cameron Diaz get R-rated in the magazine because the way they talk, right? But it's just a conversation. It's a transcript of the conversation they have. But you go, wait, Jennifer Lawrence is someone, and so is Cameron Diaz. But I go, who would think Cameron Diaz would interview Jennifer Lawrence? So do they ever have Jennifer Lawrence interview Cameron Diaz? But anyway, they did it over, I think it was like Zoom. They did it over Zoom or Skype. I don't know which one. But anyway, they record that. They transcribe that. They connect them. There's the article. They don't even need writers. Forget AI. Do they pay the actors for, because they make it, they're going to ask, man. They're going to go do any money. No, seriously. I don't think they will. But the manager will. I've had managers of people message us, and I go, wow, you're that person. And that's all I'm going to say. You got to be careful. So that's the answer. Anyway, Danny DeVito interview. Why does that make sense? Think about it. Danny DeVito, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Danny DeVito interviewed Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's in the magazine with Jennifer Lawrence. You don't see him on the cover, but he's in the middle, just so you know. But if you look at it, you think, oh, that's an interview. No, it says DeVito, and then it almost looks like a script, like a reading script, which is very, very good. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna take it. But that's the answer, okay? Because somebody said, I think we can probably repurpose our stuff, but let's do it in a book. I go, you can. This is how you do it. You just publish it, and boom, there's the book. But you take the transcript unedited, put it up there. Take out the ums, the uhs, obviously. Make it so it makes sense, and then boom, you're good to go. Repurpose that. So that's the answer. So if you have a show, or you're thinking, how can I make that happen? You do that. That's the answer. Okay. Interview Magazine. Go check it out. Go buy it. I bought it. I'm not gonna lie. I did not have. I was like low on cash. I'm like, all of these together. You know how much I spent? Investment. It's called investment because I'm researching what works. And all the other ones go, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. But I will tell you what works. I was there and I saw a woman with her, little daughter, and then basically she's grandma, but she went on. She has that little vibe like, don't call me grandma, but she's grandma because the little one was there, right? And he's off school, right? But they do what they do. You ever been to a Barnes and Noble, right? If you don't have one, it's like a coffee shop inside. It's called Starbucks. They brand with them, right? It's very smart. Anyway, so they serve, it's not the same as Starbucks, to be honest, but the sit down, they don't have as many chairs, so they don't let you sit down the way they used to. Coronavirus. But so once they get there early, and they have plugs, boop, right there. So shout out to Long Beach. I love you guys because I went out to Long Beach. I'm not gonna lie, Long Beach, I love you so much because they're going back to the way it was, right? So very good. Just be smart about it. Don't get sick because that's coming. But the point is, all right, that's how you get your interviews next level. So remember the interview that we had? I think we could repurpose that maybe with what was it? It was one of your favorite interviews, but I'd have to put you in there. And then boom, right? And then you put it into a magazine. But it's the one with what's his name? Keanu Reeves. We didn't have Keanu on. We had Bill and Ted. Do you remember? He plays Death.
Bill and Ted. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about William Sadler.
Thank you. Yes, that could be published. Boom, and he'd be like, "Thank you." No one saw the interview because there's a thing, right? But for some reason. I don't know. And that's the question I have. Do people actually read the articles or do they just look at the pictures? So then you go, okay, I got to pay for that because I got to get a photographer. I say, no, there's a way. You just haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, there you go. That's the answer. Instagram. Just take their Instagram, say, do I have your permission? They say, yeah, of course. Boom. Use that. Blow it up. Bam. That's Interview Magazine. Interview Magazine doing it very smart. So shout out to Interview. I'm not going to tag them because I'm going to say you're stealing our idea. Yes, I am. It's obvious, okay? But I'm not doing it all that way. It's not an exact. I'm not even telling you the other magazine, but it's French. Okay, it's French. French, they understand covers, man. You're going to say that's so boring. I go, is it? Is it? Not when I do it my way. So that's the answer. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be pretty awesome. But there you go. Now, the only question I have is how, like, a magazine, how many pages do you think it is, Jess?
At least 50.
At least 50. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how big a magazine is. It's been a while since I've actually opened one.
No, yeah, no one ever counts. No one ever counts, right? If you're bored, if you're at the doctor and they have you pick it up, right? You pick it up. I say wipe it down, especially at the doctor. But but like if you're at a salon with maybe your woman, she loves that, and they have it. All right, why not? Maybe your phone, whatever. Oh, and they have digital now, and they're counting that. I looked at a person that teams up with the magazine, and they say, oh, we have access to this. I go, no, you have a collaboration of that, but you get paid by the company. Company says, I want to be out there. They go, well, I have access to this, this, and this. Do you want to be published? Yes. Send me a picture. We'll work with it. Or you pay us enough and we'll do it. We hire the team, and then boom. So you don't have to have people on staff. You don't. You contract that. That's the answer. Okay, that just what? So that's the answer. But that's what you do. And then when you go next level, at some point, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna be a yearly thing because I don't think I have the time for this. But because a lot of people do monthly. Don't do monthly. Don't do monthly. At the beginning, do not do. When you do the math, you go, how am I gonna make money? You're not. You're not. So do as honestly as small as possible. As small as possible. When you do that, you'll be fine, okay? But that's the answer. That's where people kind of go. It's kind of like a book, okay? You know how people, I have a couple books out, right? People do books all over, right? I'm in some groups. I love them. But they're kind of mean at each other, I'm not going to lie. So I said, I'm not selling that. I don't know why. And they're like, well, honestly, it's because it looks like this, or you didn't do this. They go, dude, I paid $500. I'm like, man, you guys are really mean to each other. Don't be that. Anyway, and that's why I said, you know what? Just do this. It's very simple. I'm not be about that. Anyway, so you got to be careful who you align with, because some of these people, you think they're in it with you. They're not. They're not. I'm in it to make money, to be honest, because I have to survive, right? People that put in time and energy. I'll give you an example. I don't know if I should put it out there, but I love a magazine, which we used to have her. Did we have her on the show? I think I said she should be on the show promoting, but she doesn't do it anymore. So yeah, I'm not gonna say her. But anyway, she had a magazine. I said, oh, I want that, right? So I was like, where's that at? Because I want that. But now I go, maybe I don't want that. So that's why I went to Barnes and Noble and I said, no, I'm gonna do research. Okay, there, that works, and that works. Okay, awesome. So now when I get that done, I go, and there it is. There's a magazine. It's very simple. It's not hard, but and here's where I say people get a little complicated with it, because I was talking to someone. They said, could I do that? I said, you can, but don't do it big. Don't do it big. Do it small. Okay, give you an example. Latin Magazine. Latin Magazine started, a teacher started, to be honest. Love the guy. And he has a story because we interviewed him. But he 100% was like, there's no money in it. There's not. It's called promotion for other people, and they don't pay you. You would think they don't. They send you. They want to know when it's, because they want to, like, see, I'm in a magazine. But they don't give you the money. You know who gives you the money? The advertisers. And not gonna lie, he was like, do I or do I not? He goes, I need the money. Army came to him and said, we'll give you money, because he was targeting teens. Now, some people go, I'm not about that. Other people are like, I'm about that. I need the money. So that's the answer, okay? So yeah. And we got a lot of people in certain, but I don't know if they're making money. And you could tell. When you say, hey, this magazine is this, do you want to, they go, well, does it work? I go, it depends, to be honest. Are you going to read it? No, I'm just joking. I don't say that. I say, look, the answer is this. You got to get it out there. So are we going to get it out there? The answer to that depends, honestly, on price. So I need a good printer. If you have a hookup with a good printer, and I guarantee there's that person going, I have it, but I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to do it myself. I go, yeah, but you got to be careful because you don't know what I'm doing, and then you're gonna waste a lot of money. So don't waste a lot of money. Latin Magazine is no longer around, okay? And they were smart. They started in a classroom. Okay, they started in a classroom. It was very smart, and I think he kind of like got the idea of the kids, and the kids, like, if they knew that, they'd be like, well, then we could do it ourselves. Yeah, you could. But the answer, why is it not there anymore, right? And could it be taken? The answer, I don't know. So that's what's happening in the industry. I have a biz book, but again, I'm not promoting that. But if you want to get it, it's at barnesandnoble.com. But the point is this, okay? You gotta, it's all over the place. But the point is this: magazine. Why does a magazine make sense to some and not to all? It's simple. Not everyone reads the articles. So I go, is it even like, Who's going to read that? You know? So I'm thinking we repurpose interviews that we've done, or we do interviews on the entertainment show and then publish them in the magazine. There you go. What do you think about that, Jess?
Sounds like a good idea. Do people still buy magazines today? I don't know.
See, I knew it. I knew it. That was the thing. The moment I bring a magazine, that's the first thing that I hear. Because I asked them, they said, exactly, I don't know. But here's the answer. They do. But where do you find them? Here's the answer. I don't know. I think airplanes, you find them, right? Like okay, when you went on the airplane, did you look at the thing in front of you? Was there a little magazine?
No, there was no magazine except for a little bag to throw up in.
See,
but
boring. No. Other people are like, I've seen a magazine. It's called a little thing where you can buy stuff. Do you ever take that and you buy it? I guarantee you they have the smartest thing in there. But see, boring. That airplane needs a magazine. That would be the magazine. But then you got to have someone pick up the tab because printing is expensive. That's why you go advertiser. But you got to get something international is my theory. National doesn't even work. You got to get something international. Then you're good to go. That's the answer. But then they go, why do we want you? I go, I don't know if I want myself. But here's the answer, okay? You got it. It's all over the place. But if you do it okay, back to pages. You know, they're like 100 and some pages, like 160 to be honest. Average 130 probably average, and I'm like, I was going to do a 60. I did pricing on that. I said that I could do 100 and some. I go, I don't know if I could do that. Seriously, it's me and probably someone that. But you know, it's you know. So what do you do with that? That's a lot of pages. And I go, well, if you do, so I checked out less. This is why I say research is so important. 60 pages. I go, they're gonna think that's a throwaway. Like that's not even worth it. Like right. Then I saw the newspaper one. I go, how much is that? Even though it's big, I go, because newspapers are not with, you know, they're there. I went to 7-Eleven, not gonna lie, I looked at it and go, no one buys it, but some people still do actually, because I go, oh, that's missing, right? China, you know, they have a newspaper in Chinese, honestly, but they hire someone here to do it, you know. Then they have like, you know, and then they'll send them to red carpets. I guarantee. I met so many, and they're so awesome. I love them, but you know, but then you go, oh, right, you know, yeah. And in certain areas they have like, you know, Russia Times and Armenia Times and other things of the community, and so they you'll see them in those areas. But you go to 7-Eleven, you'll figure out who's the one. Then you have the throwaways, the little guys, right? Like, you know, homes for rent, homes for buy, right? Or I was on the road and I saw to the side one of those little containers, right? You take them, they're empty because everybody goes, I need a place to stay. Right? So those ones go quick. But who picks up the tab? The advertisers. Usually real estate people. They go, do you want to be featured? Yes. So they have them ready. They're on dial. Send us your pictures. There you go. If you don't, we're going to publish the one that you already did. So that's the answer. But they have a team because they built it up. So if you want to start that, you should. You should. You know, there's a lot of people that have done that. Very quick and simple. So that's the answer. But people go, why do you do that with a show? Honestly, because people pay attention. That's why they pay attention. When you have a magazine, they just pay attention, especially when it looks good. If it looks boring, forget it. But then I have a question. Do people even buy it? They say, ooh, right? But you say, it's so much price. Do they actually go, I'm going to go buy it? I'm not going to lie. Okay, I had a friend who was in a magazine, and I did the photography. They said, do you mind? I said, no, I don't. I should ask for credit. Not going to lie. I like, well, maybe I am in there. I might be. She may have put that there. Anyway, I've done a lot of photography. Little, not a lot. But the point is, you know, it's for a friend. I did not get paid, just so you know. But it made it into a magazine because they got featured. But the magazine literally says, send us pictures, you know, because they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. So they put it on you. And I say, do it. Just get a good photographer. Because I did some photos. I'm like, I think you need a better photographer, seriously. But, you know, I'm a friend, so whatever. So they got published. Then when it came out, we bought it. I don't know what happened to that. But anyway, I bought it. Because it was published. Oh, no, you know, I didn't get to buy it, if I remember correctly. I wanted to buy it. No, she had the print edition, so she marketed that. But the edition somehow didn't make it to Barnes & Noble. Or maybe it got, or no, I don't think it made it. So they're in certain markets, not all markets. So you go, shoot. But then you want to buy it. They don't have a place for you to buy it, right? So I'm like, have it bought. And there's places that you could do that. But again, it's expensive. There was one that was from like overseas, and it was $30, Jess. I would never pay that for a magazine. I'm like, do they know that? Oh no, it was $18.90 something. Vogue, was that $30? I don't know, something was $30. But anyway, $18 because it's shipped over here probably, so they have to compensate for that. You see why it doesn't make sense? So I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, and then there's one that has all the prices of all the other places. I go, I like that because I want to be in all those places. But you want it actually not probably shipped there. You want it printed there individually. So you got to figure that out. So Vogue really has it, you know, because they have the advertisers, and there you go. But do you actually buy any of the things that the advertisers? And I think that's where, kind of back to what you said, but do people? So I think that's going to dry up at some point. But the point is this, Jess, because if you had something in there, what would make you, I'll give you an example. I had an idea, and I go, but they probably done it. And they do. It's called a QR code. But they do it so small, you don't see it. And it's like, why? Why? But if you had it real big and bold, would they go, oh, that makes sense. Scan this and do it. I don't know. Do they need like one of those like sweepstake things, like enter it? And would they think, oh, that's gimmicky? Or would they do it? I don't really know, Jess.
That's a good question. I haven't bought any magazine since what was it, Game Informer?
Yeah.
Do they still make those?
Yes, they're still there. They're still there. But see, as a kid, you did. Right? I remember Nintendo Power. Do you remember Nintendo Power?
Yes, I love Nintendo
Love
Power.
Nintendo Power. You would pay for that, and they had a subscription. I didn't do that, but I did it when it was there, and I go, oh, I want to pass that level. Yes, and you would get it, right? I remember. I know you kids are like, dude, you really do. Yeah. When you couldn't pass a certain level, or they had the, and I loved the TV. That's why I say TV. Right? I used to watch TV once where they go left, right, up, down, BA, unlock something, right? Or was it up, down, left, right, BA?
You were correct on the second one. Up, down, left, right, BA. Yes.
See? And we remembered that. We put that into the controller, boom, and it unlocks something for us. Like, yes. And then you're like, who does that? And I don't know who they hired to do that, but they would leak that information. You as a gamer were like, yes! And it was the best thing ever. Okay, Nintendo Power, not what it was, but there you go. That's the answer. So, because when you want to pass that level, you're like, I will do anything to get that. Now it's on YouTube, so they're giving it away, right? So anyway, do they read? I don't know. I have a theory on that. So far, let's see. Some people are saying some things about it, but yeah, Judy says I love magazines and newspapers. Yeah, and I think honestly, if you price it, okay, I said it to the person at the front because you could tell she does not read these. I said, "Do you?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, I could." I go, "You don't. It's obvious." And I had her see the price, $13, right, for a magazine. Who pays that? I said, "Would you if it were $3.99?" She goes, "Yes. If it was that cheap." I go, "There you go." So I got to get it to $3.99. Then people go, "Yeah, I don't mind. Sure, why not? I'll support." That's what I need. So $3.99. An interview magazine, you got to bring it down. No one's going to pay $13 for that. I know you're probably like, I don't need it. That's the answer. All right, people. Well, we're out of time. There's the answer. Okay, if you want to make money, do it little, not a lot. Really, seriously, don't do a lot. All right, bye everyone. Okay, now that's the show. This is the after show. Okay, so we're not broadcasting anymore on the station, so I could do whatever I want. I got to say whatever I want, but again, I got the logo behind me, so I got to be careful of that. But the point is this, okay? So, yes, for those of you that don't know, we're no longer on the morning show. Bye with me. There's another show. It will take the time slot, but it's called something completely different. It's not our show. It's not our show at all. So it's a completely different show, which you actually may like. So I say download the app. It's easy. Make sure you're on Wi-Fi. KMET, 1490 AM. The 8 o'clock. Check out the show because we need to pay bills seriously. So and then you'll be like, oh, I like it. And then you have a new show ready to go. So there you go. So don't leave KMET. Don't leave KMET. They literally said, for your people that actually listen and or watch, and I said, wow, I don't do that. I just say whoever wants to, because I think they have time, like I'll give you an example. Big shout out to a couple of you actually that tune in all the time. Let's see. Stephanie tunes in all the time. Okay. She is habitual. I don't know where she found us. I don't know when she found us. I just know she's habitual with us every single time. Some of you, not as habitual. And some of you come and go, and I get it because you're busy. Like Judy Munoz. Judy has gotten us next level a couple of times because she shares in groups. I'm like, that's the answer. So there was a moment I was going I want to do it. And then I got busy, so I didn't do it. So I'm like, shoot, we could have had more viewers. Anyway, but there you go. And she's in, honestly, not even L.A., but neither is Stephanie. And I go, they're regular. So, yeah. And then we've got new people tuning in. We appreciate you. We've got Rhonda. We've got Neshia. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Rowena. I love that name, Rowena. I love it. Let's see. Shri Hari, thank you for tuning in. Patricia, thank you for tuning in. Let's see. And yeah. So, okay. Oh, and LinkedIn. By the way, guys, I love you guys on LinkedIn. You guys are so smart. Because we've been broadcasting on LinkedIn, not the whole time, but when LinkedIn actually, they opened it to people, and I was like, hello? And they said, yeah, sure. And so I said, okay, thank you. And so I'm good with that. But some of you actually comment on that. And I want to do a shout out because at first I was like, whoa, you're that. Whoa, how's that? But then I go, oh, that makes sense. This is from Teresa. Okay. Teresa tuned in. And I was like, who tunes in on LinkedIn? Honestly, she did. I'm like, yes, awesome. Okay, so that's the answer. She said, and this was very interesting. This was yesterday when we were talking about, I thought she was talking about us not being on the show anymore. But she said this, you are either learning and growing or stagnating and dying. I took that. I said, you know what? I may be dying. That might be the answer. But then she said this: Twitter is dying because of bad business decisions. So it wasn't about the show. Thank God. So that's the answer. So big shout out to you, Teresa. Very smart. Let's see what Teresa does. Let's see. Teresa is very smart. She has, and she's on LinkedIn. Yep. Oh, no wonder. Oh, she's very smart. Yeah, she does film and TV. Okay. Yeah. No. She's smart. Okay, so that's the point. It's true, okay? So you guys tuning in on LinkedIn, we appreciate you. Those of you tuning on Twitter, thank you. Evidently Periscope's up. I didn't even know it. So retweet that, right? But the show's gone pretty much. So these are the last days of the show. Now, it's a little bittersweet. I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to say it just because we're not on the show anymore. I'm a little sad, okay? Because when I got it, I was like, but then the way I got it, I wasn't happy about it because I'm like, they walked away, really? Yeah. I said, okay, well, all right. So we have to do this, this, and that. So I was ready to go. I'm like, boom, call me, moment's notice, I'm good to go. I'm too much that because I was like, I wasn't ready. Kind of like right now, not gonna lie, I'm not ready with the show happening. I think it's next week. I think it's on the day that I think. So will it be on the day that I think? I think it's gonna be on a Thursday, just so you know, at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. It's called The Entertainment, right? So that's, you know, I'm working on the logo, but I don't know. Then I'm like, should I do something else? And I said, yes. And then something came to me and I said, then I went to Barnes & Noble and I said, there's the answer. Interview Magazine. Interview Magazine. You can subscribe right now. I'm plugging them a lot. Interviewmagazine.com. Go find them. And then, or find them at Barnes & Noble. Okay. They're very smart. They're doing it right. And they're doing something that I wish we had when I was doing another show called Live with Aaron and Kelly. I guarantee Kelly would love this. She's like, this is what we do. This is the answer. She'd be all, she would promote left, right, and center. Yeah. But I think those interviews are way too old. But yeah. And honestly, it's done in such a way that you go, wow, like, wow. And honestly, you could, do you know you could read it for free? Do you know that? Did you know that? I just clicked on something. It's right there. Which I actually like. You know why? Because no one buys magazine. But if you wanted to, it says by Cameron Diaz. Yeah, gives her the little thing there. Photographed by Collier Shore. Got it. Styled by Mel Ottenberg. So they put the team together on that. And then they made it happen, right? They got to get with the agents and the managers and stuff. But are they promoting this? They really should. I clicked on the link. It's interviewmagazine.com/film/Jennifer Lawrence and Cameron Diaz get R-rated. That's what they name it. Very smart. And honestly, if you look at the print, that's exactly, you know what? Interview Magazine, I'm picking up where you're putting down. I think I'm going to do this. Because I've said it. I said, why do you hold that? Because you get actually more subscribers and more people when you go online, but do it with the magazine, you're good to go. That's why I say don't do a lot. All right. And you go, how many is a lot? I'll give you an example. Because some of you are going, I could do it. All right. And this is where I'm going to lose you. So I'm going to say this to not lose you. If you have an idea, do it. But don't do a lot, okay? Just do, like, you know, and get, you know, they say this, and this is why it's really good to actually do this, but don't put a big order in. Just say, I want one. I want to see how, you know, I want to see, and do that. Then when you have the money, put the whole thing, right? But don't do time-sensitive stuff. Do something that would be good for a year. I think that's what I'm saying, a year. And if the money came in and a big advertiser said, yeah, I'm going to pay that, I know what the money is to pay for that, so then I'm good to go. And honestly, it's one to probably, it depends how many, but get at least one. If you can get one picking up the tab for the magazine, you're good to go based on, oh, they got people taking pictures with, that's so cute. Okay, but the point is this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I'm doing research. What? But it's very smart. Interviewmagazine.com. Can't wait to go to their actual site. Just type it in, interviewmagazine.com. You'll see what I'm saying. This is how I research. This is like I go, okay, that works. Yep, they're doing simple. Okay, awesome. Yep, simple. I get that. Okay, follow us, Interview Mag. Okay, I'm gonna go follow them on Interview Mag. Am I following them? No. Let's see. All right. Yep, official checkmark, Interview Mag. 1.2 million followers. Have you even heard of this? See, you didn't. There you go. All right, are they? I know people go, are they real? Like, how do you do that? Following 452. Established in 1969 by Andy Warhol. Oh, that's why it says that at the bottom. I know. I'm totally that guy. I do research. Like, okay, that works, and that works. Oh, so it's been around for a while. I didn't know that. I had no idea. So they rebranded it, more like new. Oh, that makes sense. It's oh, Andy Warhol. I get that now. It's very fashion. Oh, I get that. I see a Madonna cover. I've seen that. I never picked it up. Oh, remember Tower Records? It's in that style. Remember Billboard? That's why it rings a bell. Billboard magazine. Not even a magazine. It was newspaper. That's the answer. Newspaper. It is expensive to print on paper. Have you seen? You go. Oh, they have the little. Ooh, they have the photo shoot with Schwarzenegger in here. I get what they did. I'm ahead of it. I'm never gonna let that out. You guys are gonna steal it. You're gonna steal it. They took the video, okay, and they took snapshots of the video of him in the photo shoot, and then they put that as they screen capture that. You know how you do on your phone? I do it all the time. And then we promote stuff. Then they put that on big newspaper. Boom, there you go. I was like, that shot looks weird. It's because it's an interview of him. He's just talking. It makes sense. You got to see it. Go get it. InterviewMagazine.com. Okay, but or get the magazine. If you get the magazine, you'll get. And it's really not a magazine. It's more a newspaper-ish. Oh, they got some big people. No wonder they got connections. Yeah. Oh. Jeff Lowe's there. Is it Jeff Lowe? I always get that name wrong. I don't know. Anyway, Rob Lowe. Jeff Lowe. A brother if he needs. Okay, Rob Lowe. Sorry, Rob Lowe. I know, I'm so sorry. But yeah, so a lot of people make it. They know it. It's. Here's one from way back when. My God, you got to go check them out. Interview Mag on Instagram. They're all over. They do it right? But they got money for days. I get it now. I get it. Because I'm like, because it looks new. Not gonna lie, the team are very young. You could tell, but it's been around for a while. Yeah, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, he's so that. He's of course he's the guy. Anyway, all right. So yeah, but they do it right, and they put a lot of the stuff on Instagram, and they don't keep it in the magazine only. A lot of magazines are going bye because they don't go social. That's the answer. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell you right now. You got to go social with your magazine. Don't do, and I've seen this. They promote the cover, but they don't promote the inside. I go, but no one reads it. The people want to be in it if they get seen. They'll repost it if they get seen. Where do they get seen? Instagram. But people go, but I need to get paid. I know. That's the problem. But you probably, and I'm not going to lie, I looked at the people that brand with like interview, and I said, okay, you make sense because you say we have this many followers, but they put in social media followers. And they put it together. We have this many followers. So that 1 point, what do they have? And it takes a while to get there, I'm not going to lie, but they've been around for a while. But they were smart. As soon as they had it, they did it. 1.2 million followers. 1.2 million followers. And I'll tell you how you could tell if it's actually real. I'm going to go down a little. Let's see, right about here. Okay, I click on something that we all know. Madonna. It's a they publish these are way old. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh, and they just tag her in it. Got it. Okay. This one, okay, let's see the comments, a lot of hearts, okay, likes, let's see, I'm going to look at that. That's how you know if it's bot or that. Okay, they don't bring up the actual number, not a lot. Okay, yeah, they bought them, guaranteed. But it looks good, right? So that's the answer, but that's how I check really quick. And if you're someone who advertises, that's how you check. You go, that's fake, because they should have so much engagement. But it looks good. You would be like, who cares? At least they're on social. So that's the answer. But, yeah. You know how expensive it is to buy? It used to be cheap. It is so expensive to buy, people. Like, they call them, accounts that are not real. They say, no, they're real. They're not because they don't comment. But they're expensive. My God. I'm going to go to an older one, see if maybe it could be an Instagram thing. Yeah, not a lot of comments. Yeah, not for 1.2 million followers. Yeah, they bought them. But it looks good. Okay, so that's the answer. What? I'm not above that anymore. I need money. So that's the answer. Okay, so oh, here's one. You guys, do you like it when they do the middle finger at you? Because it feels like they're doing it. I have a theory on this. All right, and here's the theory. I looked at magazines. I go, which ones work? The ones that look at you direct. The ones that look at you direct. Now, there's one, not going to lie, love it, Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. She was looking, and I go, I will buy you. Because I felt guilty putting her back. But I'm like, I only have so much money. Literally, I only have so much cash on me, right? So I had to get change in order to pay. I've been investing a lot of money. I have no money. I keep telling this to people. I cannot take you out. I cannot. You, if you want to take me out, that'd be awesome. But I have put so much money into, like, all the stuff that we're doing. Yeah. So I just don't have that. But yeah, so let's see what else. Well, yeah, there you go. So now to the people that said, and if you're still on, you're invested. But if you're not, you are not invested. Here it is, okay? Because I hold that's how I do the book. I go, are you really? And now here it is. How much is it? Okay, take the math of what they charge. That's how much it is per copy. If you get a good printer. So if you can get it cheaper than that, then do that. So shop it. Shop it. Take a magazine that you like. Say, I want to do this. Don't give them what you have. Say, how much would it be to do this? Well, and then they give you that whole, but they always give you the math of a lot. So figure that out. Say, no, I just want to print one. They go, you want to print one? Why? I just want to print one. Just call it a thing. Okay. Then it's that much. You go, thank you. That's the math I could use. Okay. And if they give you like a big number, like 30 or 40 or $50 for one magazine, you go, got it. Now you say, and that's where you go, no, I'm going to buy in bulk. You haven't done the math. Okay, so then you say, how much for 1,000, right? You can start with that. But I don't do it. You start for the 100,000. If you want to be in the biz of magazine, minimum, this is because I did research, minimum 100,000, that puts you what they call, we'll at least look at you. We'll at least look at you. You go, 100,000, that's not a lot. I would think in the millions. You do the math on that, okay? 100,000. This is why you only see 3 or 4 at the store when it comes to Barnes & Noble. All right, you don't see a buttload, right? You don't see. Now newspapers see a buttload because it's cheap. That's why I say that's the answer. Do a magazine. Do it newspaper, and then you'll figure it out. Do a magazine with a magazine. Never. Do a magazine always with a magazine called newspaper. But the answer is do newspaper. Magazine print is just the cost is high. Go to Staples. Do the math on that. All right. One. This is how they get you, by the way. I'm so glad I did this. Go to Staples. Okay. How much do you think? This is how they call inflation. I go, no, somebody did something dumb. Because if you could charge $19.95 for a vehicle still to rent, call it a U-Haul, still doing it for the same price, then you can do that, okay? But Staples, somehow, I don't know who's in charge. And is there a charge on paper? Seriously? And they do thick paper. You go, I want, they give you an option. That's how you get it less. You say economy, but they go, it's the same paper. They don't even care. They give you the thick paper. You go, fine, I'll take it, but it's heavy. It's heavy. So somebody did the math completely wrong on that. We probably have trees for days on that. But anyway, so the weight is off, okay? The economy paper used to be thinner paper, right? Anyway. Okay, so here it is. 70 cents. 70 cents for one copy. That's color. So if you do a print, okay, and I did a print of black and white. I said, why is that much for one copy? I said it was only like, so then, do you remember the days of 5 cents? I do. Do you remember that? I do. Some people don't remember that. I don't know why. 5 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents, maybe, right? 8 cents. When did it go to 20 some cents? Yeah. So for one copy, I printed it out. I did a little selection. I said, no, I'm not doing that. I know you're still going to print in black, but you're charging me for ink that I don't even use. So I went into little settings. I said, nope. 23 cents. Okay, 23 cents. 23, 24 cents. But I think it's 23 cents. Anyway, that's for black and white. That's how much it costs. Now times that, sure, by 100, that's 230, right? Is that times 10? I always get that wrong. 23 cents times 100. Oh, 23 bucks. I did get that wrong. So sorry. Sorry, I get that wrong. 23 cents times 100, 23 bucks, okay? 23 bucks, 100 pages. Okay, so you go, I could do that. That's a magazine. No. But I get where you're going with that. I get. And that should be a magazine. And that's the answer. Why are they charging that much at the print? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. I could do it at Staples. Boom, there you go. They go, but you don't have what we have. Okay, you're right. But if I put it in black and white, I got it, man. Or in industry, nobody buys black and white. Do they? I'm sure they do. They go, color that. And then with special, okay, so let's go to 70 cents. 70 cents per copy times 100. The 70 bucks. Okay, you go. That's one issue. Yeah, that's what you got wrong. There's the answer. So 23 bucks. See, sometimes you go, that's not that bad. It is bad. 20. You go, forget it, I'm out. The smart ones, buy. Okay, the other ones go, I get why you need an advertiser. And then you go, who's going to pay that? Who's going to pay that? Back to the people that say, but who's really going to read it? That's the answer. That's why you don't do a lot. You just do a little. So if you get it, it's expensive. So people go, why would you do it? I go, because I could do it for less. Yep. I already did the math. You can actually do it for less, but you got to do it thinner. So in order to do and compete with the big boys, to be taken seriously, they say, you got to do it big and then say, okay, advertiser, I'm good to go, because you already know your math. When you know that, then you know how much to ask a advertiser if you haven't been in the game for a while. That's why they go real big with Cartier and like big jewelry stuff, because they got the money. I don't know how, but they got the money, right? So that's the answer. All right. So they go, yeah, sure, why not? But they bundle it. That's why they all got bought up, because they were just like, I can't do it. But even that you could do. You could start it, get the name, create the name, whatever, make sure it's not done, and then guess what? Boom, sell it eventually. Those are the ones that are like, shit, I win, right? Those are the ones. So do that. You know how many do that with apps and like look at Twitter, 44 billion. You know how many years he said, I'm not making money. Then all of a sudden, boop, 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 guarantee he is vacationing. He's in vacation mode for the rest of life. He's probably not even going to invest anymore. He should, but he's not. He's going to be like, He's making money. But to the young one, that was him going, I do not know why I'm doing this, because they really didn't do the YouTube way. If they would have done the YouTube way, he would have made way money. I have what? There's a book coming, I guarantee you. Anyway, the point is this, okay? What? I'm working on it. So the point is this, okay? People, you need to understand this. Yeah, and it's really simple. A magazine, and there are all kinds, okay? You can do it for a little, you can do it a lot. But if you do it at least once, then you'll be able to do it again, right? You just got to know the math. When you know the math, you go, okay, got it. Then you hold out for the advertiser. Don't pay it out of pocket. That's where people go belly up. I think that's what my friend did. I think she just said, how am I going to do that? She was giving them away. She wasn't making them pay. She was giving them away, right? And then the advertiser says, yeah, but where's the return? Right. Social. That's where the return is. And social, sometimes you even have to pay for that, not going to lie, because you have to compete against the others. But it's actually less. It's less. And I've done that, and we've gotten like a video, way. And, but, and then people go, well, I could do that myself. Exactly. You should do it yourself. Exactly. But then the algorithm's different, and then I go get a specialist. I've you know how many times I've looked at a specialist, I go, maybe I could use you. And then they go, bye-bye. I go, shoot, because they get rich. I'm like, what is that about, right? There's an Amazon girl. I have followed her forever. And, I'm like, should I hit her up? Because she's smart, and she talks very smart. And I go, people are making that. Even Jesse Torres. Jesse Torres did a thing. He did a boot camp. It was a boot camp. Hired no one. Had some people there with him, and that signed up for the boot camp. And he charged like minimal. It was only honestly for lunch. He was just giving away information. I was like, dude, you need to televise that seriously. He's like, yeah, maybe I will. I said, okay. But you have to have a way of making money. You just give away that, it's called thank you, bye. That's what people do. And you're like, you give a lot of information, I think it's worthy. I love the lunch idea because you include the lunch. So he goes, yeah, just put that in. Boom. I go, that's the smartest thing ever. People will do that, right? Right? Because you're like, yeah. And you just did sandwiches. I would do a little, probably more than sandwiches. I'd be like, that's pretty obvious. Delivery. I know what that is. So that's how much I paid. I could, but for people beginning, they're, so you got to do it very, what? I'm just saying, think outside the box. Remember, before magazines there was someone who said, I can make this, right? The ones who did Next Level really did it at a time that other people didn't know how to do it. Then people saw, they said, and somehow it took off. Why do people with magazines? Give you an example. That statement earlier is something that I've seen, and I looked at Barnes & Noble, and I looked at people, and I looked at that little lady that was there, and she was reading Actually, it wasn't reading. She was looking at the pictures because she wanted ideas. And I've seen this with, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been that, where you go, you have a home and you're like, how can I, like, I want a certain design. You want paint, right? You get it. Those ones make a lot of money, guaranteed, because they're always off the rack. They always are, right? I think of throwaways like at in the aisle when you go shopping, right? You go, I never touch that. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do. You're like, I cannot help myself. What is that about? And you try, but they have it right there because there's no time to look at the. But sometimes they go, do they throw them away? Do they throw them away? Right? The guy that I talked about earlier. I said I have a connection. You could talk to this guy, and I put them together, and I was in the room with that. But at the end, and the guy gave him the smartest idea because he was charging like $5.99. Oh, I gotta talk to him. How did you do that? I gotta talk to him. He has the hookup. There it is. So I gotta talk to him. That's the answer. So when I talk to him, I'll say, hey, by the way, because he was charging $5.99. Then he says, but I gotta go big. That's where he did himself in. He let it go. It was the smartest thing ever. Okay, because and I get it because you have to have people. Whatever. You can do it yourself at this point. But the point is this: $5.99 they would pay for, but you gotta market everywhere, not just LA. And he was in essence, no, I need the big dollars. The way he was thinking, he would need the big dollars because he was probably breaking even at the time. I wonder if they went up. If they didn't, then I'm going that way. Because the magazine was very, very smart. Okay, it was very smart. $5.99. It wasn't $8.99. It wasn't $9.99. And it was technically almost probably half of the size of like People magazine, but probably better quality, I would say. Some of them now. Oh, I get way went cheap. I got that because they fell apart eventually. I get that now. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. All right, whatever. I'll figure it out. But the point is this, okay? The point is, because they do. If they fall apart, you go, oh, man. But he started giving them away for free. He started dropping them but that was the story. And they say this. See, he wanted to get 100,000. So he's like, and I said, oh, where do you see those? Honestly, 7-Elevens. But they have a hookup, okay? The one that, like, sends them to 7-Eleven is a distributor. So he sent it to them. They send it for a fee. Okay, they charge, obviously. But the guy was not about the money. He goes, look, you're going to lose money. The moment you do a giveaway for free, people get it in their idea. It's that forever. And I go, well, now knowing what I know now, I go, it's not that forever. It's that for a little while until you bring it back. And then you go, boom. But no one understood what it takes to be the publisher or the guy that put it into play. Okay, he did it as a project. Then he took off with it, right? And then he knew he had something. But he let it go. Should he have? No. All right, he shouldn't have let it go. What you do is you maintain it. He was like, I don't know if he did monthly, but I think he went to quarterly. Anyway, and then it started to but he had an online one, right? And I said, oh, put it up. But people go, no, if they're that, they won't buy it. Who cares? Advertisers do not care. You bundle it. You have so many on your social. You get it, so you do not need a lot in print. Okay, it's like what we do. Okay, give me an example. See a logo, boom. Okay. Now, we're on social, right? Do people listen to radio? I don't know, right? A lot of you are tuning in from other parts of the world. That's worth something to people that have money. They go, I want to be right there. I want to be in front of those people. Now, if you were like 1 point something million people watching right now, they'd be like, yeah, I want to be that. But the answer is, I've got not a lot. But do I get it? Eventually, yes. If you look at my stats, or your analytics, you look at your analytics, you go, ooh, but don't look at the whole. Look at the views. Look at that. Because people are going to say impressions are not what you think it is. It's true. It's true. Impressions are not, it's kind of like Twitter. They go, oh, we got so many impressions. Oh, they'll pay you now? They'll pay you? Twitter will pay you. I hate this. I really do. Twitter, you have to subscribe. So you got to pay. And then you I don't know what the other qualifications are. I didn't go that far. But then you apply to be a creator to get revenue, but you got to have so many, I think they call impressions. I don't know. Anyway, so many views in essence, okay? When you have that, then they will pay you. They should just enable it. It's really dumb because, you're sharing them. They're getting greedy. I'm telling you, when people get greedy, people go, no, I don't think so. Or they're going to do it. So I don't know. So if you're already subscribed, I think it's good for you. I just have a problem because maybe I just need to swallow that. I don't know. But again, right? Because I know I have the views there. I know I do. I've had it more than once, right? And then they go, oh, in the last so many days. So if I have a lull, you're going to, you should do it on the all. I've been on it for a while. I had one goal, man, and all around the world, seriously. We had people like Rosie O'Donnell, Jane Lynch, and some others that interacted with it. I go, best word something, right? They go, Is it? I go, all right, maybe it's not. Anyway, the point is, do it and then, have fun with it and then just be all right. If it doesn't work, say, all right, didn't work, whatever. But do something with it. Now, if I did it back when and I was smart about it, like I am now, I would have done with Live with Aaron and Kelly, and I would have just made it. I would have had, and you know what I would have done? I would have done a party. I would have done a party every single time. My friend who does this, or she did this, I don't know if she's doing it, she would do, but I think maybe she just got tired of it, to be honest, because then she got married, she got the little ring, right? I think she did it just for that. I don't know. No, I think she did it for herself. But the point is this, right? You get a little lazy because you're like, right? But if she brought it back, I guarantee everybody would support because she made it look good, right? She made it look good. It looked amazing. Amazing. If you got featured in it, one time she says, we got to interview you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Never got interviewed because I should have said, can we do it right now? Seriously. But, I would have had like, boom, right there in the magazine. So I love the magazine. But I love the magazine before she said that because I supported it. And honestly, we said, hey, we're here with, and that's the answer. Okay. We support her because she hired me. She says, hey, I want you on the red carpet. I said, awesome. But she didn't hire the team. And so I'm like, I'm so sorry. But, because I didn't have money for that. When I have money, you have money. Yay. But I barely have money. So, I work to be on a carpet. Some of them I do. So that's the answer. But when I go to carpet on my own, I have to make money somehow. So that's called YouTube. That's called views. Okay. So, and then when people take our content and then they make a lot of views, we go, all right, got it. Can you at least put a little thing that, because we need to make that's the answer. I never worked on subscribers. I always say, work on subscribers. You're good to go. I say that 100%. If I could talk to my people, say, if you could do what you do, but if you did what you did, would you do what you do when you were young? Meaning, what would you say to your young self? Honestly, subscribers. Get subscribers, you dummy. That's the answer. Okay, get subscribers. No matter what. Don't look for views at that time. Look for subscribers because you could hold on to them. That's the answer. Okay, that's why Twitter's going to go bye-bye if they go X. Because the subscriber base goes bye-bye. They'll stay on for a little going, okay, we'll see what's up. But the majority, they really like that blue little birdie. So I really hope that trademark is taken. So he goes, shoot, cannot do that. Then it's called just let it go. Let it go. Be all right with that. Kind of like a magazine. If a magazine is tanking or it's a financial, which I remember him talking to me. We went to the beach before he took off back to where he's from, Colorado. And he said, look, I don't know what to do. And he really told me, because I think that meeting really put perspective in his head. He still went the way the guy said don't. He says, don't do free. He still did free because he thought, I need money. He should have just said that, right? I wouldn't have known what to do. But if he would have said that now, I would have said, oh, it's simple. Do social. Just do a little. Don't do a lot. And then put it together. And then get with people that have products. That's where one of the magazines is very smart. They're doing something that go, this is what everybody's been looking for. But you do products, and then you have a way of them buying it, whether they do or don't. Then you have them pay you, right? A lot of people do product stuff, and they go, why am I doing this for free? Because they send it to you, and then they promote that. Or they don't at all, and they just send it, and they're losing money that way. But what they really want is your subscriber base. That's what they want. So if you have a subscriber base, and it's real, because I guarantee they're going to check, they 100% will be like, yay, that's worth it, because they don't have to pay the big bucks, right? That's how they get around that. I've had so many come, in my email and say, hey, and I go, yes, please. I had one. I still need to get that. It's a table. It's a cool design. I have featured them, and they said, we love it. Here it is. I go, I need to do something with that. And it's so heavy, I didn't want to crack where I was at, which was a studio, TV studio. Again, you can go from big to a little overnight or a little to big overnight. Just depends who you know. So really, people, I need a job because the entertainment show, I don't know if it's going to be a thing. I don't even know it's going to. I'm not going to lie. The person that actually said hold out at the beginning is saying, by the end of the year, you may be doing something different or not at all. I go, what does that mean? They go, I have no idea. Some people I'm around, they just say things. I don't even know what I say. Anyway, so I said, okay, so I got to, okay. So what I'm doing is either A, not working, or B, I got to figure it out. So I'm kind of doing things that are taking me away, from media, or is it? Because I'm doing scripts, I'm doing comic, maybe I'm doing too much publishing. That may be bad. Maybe pull back. All right. Well, so if you have an idea, let me know. That's the answer. There you go. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Nishia, Rhonda. Also, you're good. Okay. Oh, this is a comment. This is interesting. All right. Oh, we appreciate you, Leah. Leah says this. Leah or Leah? Leah? Okay. Leah says this. It's like, no, it's Leah. Got it. Okay. So Leah. Okay. Leah, thank you so much. Leah says something very important. She said, look, you never know what may happen. Somebody may listen, and if they know you're looking for a job, they may say, hey, here you go. Looking for a job, please. So that's the answer. Okay, so if you know someone, yeah. I recently posted, which is the timing is so off, but I posted iHeartRadio, but it wasn't because I'm looking for a job, because I know people that are affiliated with iHeartRadio, but I really wanted something for something else. It's a nonprofit, and I thought maybe if they connected, because they have events going on pretty much in August and September, iHeart would love that subscriber base. So because they would download the app and then they'd be able to listen to it, because they have like, well, at the last event they had like 4,000 people. So I said, ooh, if I combine that with something that I actually lost. I lost to iHeartRadio once, and it was I'm not gonna say it because that person's looking for a job, but they don't pay, man. You know, because we quoted something that we could have done as a station, and they were just like, we're gonna go with something in essence free. They said their own station on the app iHeartRadio. So I said, of course you would. $5,000 out on that little thing. Did they get anything from it? No, they got nothing. But you know, whatever. So that's the answer. But it's sometimes a no win. I go, but you could have won with us, because then we would have gone next level with it. But whatever. Maybe I made it complicated. Whatever. The point is this, okay? Well, it was an air show, to be honest. So I'm like, you know, why don't we? And they're like, yeah. But then I go, shoot, we have problems with that. Now, if we would have had it at a place where we had like a phone line, we're good to go. People go, we'll do it like on a cell phone. I could have, but when you have like 1 million plus people in one place, they hamper, you know, try to get like something posted on the beach, and you're like, shoot, that's hard. If you're alone on the beach, you get the right reception, boom, you're good to go. But if everybody's using that tower, and then they said, oh, they're going to send out towers. I said, okay. But when I was there, it was so hard to post. I've been at, okay, give me an example. I 1 year did the Rose Parade, right? You got to get sponsors for that. Okay, you really do. Because, you know, and I said, look, you got to pay for that, man. Because, you know, and then you're like, who's going to watch, right? Especially if you say it over the air. No one's going to watch, right? But people say, yes, they will. I say, no, they won't. They will watch the video. So you got to do video with that. But that takes bandwidth. So how are you going to do that? So then I say, okay, get people that have like, and they do, they increase the bandwidth. I've gotten with, you know, my friend died, unfortunately. He used to do that. He gave us one for free for an event. I said, thank you. And we promoted him. It was called Festify. I love that company. I really got to hit them up. Anyway, Festify, right? Festify, they partnered with like Lyft and some other big brands. And then we had him, we had him on the show actually, I think. And I said, Festify, I love Festify. Great job, you know, and I did a little, you know, stuff and everything. But anyway, long story short, he died. So I have no idea what's going on there. Anyway, the point is this. I've always had ideas, and I put them together. And when, you know, sometimes people come to me, but they take the ideas. I go, they disappear. And I go, and then I see them. I go, oh, well, I wonder. Or nothing at all. I go, why didn't you do that? Why, like, it wasn't that. Like, you know, if it's about cost, just tell me. You know, if it's just about cost. Otherwise, it works. You can go anywhere with that, you know. You just need to pay for it. And that's kind of the problem, because Festify is kind of like, but, you know, so I don't know. If you have big bucks, do that. You guys gotta have a tiered system, okay? Have, as they say, big, okay? That's called corporation. Corporation has the money. That's corporate dollars, they say. But I say corporate math, because corporate math has a lot of money. Okay, if you prove, you know, and I go, who's going to buy that from corporate? Honestly, no one. So you got to think the little guy. Think the little guy, and then, you know, do a day rate, okay? Day rate. Don't do the month rate, because that doesn't work. That's why you guys are losing money. Don't do day, sure, why not? Don't do day rate, do month rate. But if you do month rate, you will lose money eventually, because no one's going to do that. It's too much. They're paying, like, and some go, oh, I want that. And they'll say, oh, I'm going to do this or that and this. You go, well, where's the return? I say, well, you should promote it because you have like a book of business. And then people that are watching go, oh, that does work. No wonder. But then charge the day rate. Some would say a week rate. I say do a day rate. Say, if you're going to use it for this many days, okay. Because they have them just ready to go. They're bundled. I had someone say, we could do that. I said, I'm sure you can, but they have it ready to go. It's in a box. Simple, you know, simple. And I get it, because then they bundle it with like agreements, because then they have, and those are all over the place with prices. So you got to make money, because if you have an agreement with like a carrier, that's what they do. They have, it's called, and it's very simple. Okay, it's multiple carriers. I've seen so many like the same. I go, they took his idea. Damon Shortberger, love the guy. I knew him when he was going to start. He goes, hey, there's an opportunity. Yeah, he died. So sad. I know. I found out through the grapevine. I go, no wonder I didn't see you post. That was one of those. I go, I remember having a conversation with him. He goes, it was one of the best things ever. I got diagnosed with this, but now I know how to fight it. So I'm just chilling. Do you want to come over to the house? I said, yes. But then coronavirus hit, and I go, then I got hit with so many things. And then I wanted to team him up with where I was at. And I was like, but then people fought it there. And I go, don't do old technology, do new technology, because at the rate you're going, you're going to lose money. And did they lose money? I don't know. I don't talk to them anymore. But the point is, subscriber base. They had 900 subscribers, close to 1,000, paying so much, okay? But they were doing old school. Now the new school is coming. You got to compete with those guys. So I say, you need new technology. They go, well, we don't have the money for it. Yeah, you don't anymore, because now you're down to what? 800, 300, 400, maybe? Probably more like, ew. That's bad. That's half of what you were. So you're where do we make money? You don't. You're going down the path of, I said market. You know, they market billboard. That's it. Don't do that. You got to get with the guy that needs the big. You do that, you're good to go. You do that, you'll be fine. Okay. Festify. If I put those two together, I bet they would make sense now, because they need money. And they said we could do it, but I go, but did you? No, you didn't. So do it this way, you're good to go, okay? But you guys got to make it affordable, Festify. I don't even know if Festify's around. But anyway, that's the story, okay? So I've been with companies that go, and then I go, and then I talk to ones that actually did some of the stuff we did. They go away, but they make money. I go, oh, no wonder you disappeared, because they make money. Or they take the idea. I've seen those. I go, of course you did. I remember being with one person, not going to lie, and they said, hey, can you help us? I said, sure. Then they had somebody that watched what we did, and then they did it themselves. Sure, they had me like do the camera and stuff, but and they said, opportunity, But man, they had that little glimmer in the eye. And when I saw that glimmer, I should have known. I was like, why are you looking at what I'm doing? He took the idea, did it himself, then they did it really honestly bad at first. I think they're doing it better now, but they got PBS with that. And I said, we did it for free. What happened? So I know. I would put them under the bus if I could, but whatever. And then they didn't even let me come to one of the events. I was like, you took the idea, and then you, like, seriously, I'm telling you. I've done things for free so much, and I said, oh, one day it'll come around. Honestly, I'm waiting for the round, because it's all gone bad. So that's the point. So, put it out there, keep doing good, but you got to get paid. I sound greedy, huh? But look at the math of what you're doing right now. Think about what you're expending, think about what you need, and think about what you're making happen, okay? Now, do the math of that. Now, do you have money for the next at least month or two? Because I think it'll rebound in the next couple of months. I think that's the answer. But in the next couple of months, just, I don't know. I've invested so much money and so much time and so much. I'm like, maybe we need to put that out there now, because I've kind of teased it. Because there's a lot of, you got to put a lot of time into it. You can't just overnight, But I'm like, so I'm like, do we do that? Do we not? People be like, wow, you're that. Thought you were that. I go, dude, I've invested time, seriously. So that's the answer. So when you invest time and energy, so I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the story. So yeah. Back to what you're thinking. Magazine, do you do it? Yes. You know why? It's called branding. Do it, but don't let it disappear. Okay. Even if you do one I know people are like, I gotta do a month. No, do it a yearly. No, what? I'm sure at some point the monthly person said, I'm not going to do monthly. I'm going to do quarterly, right? Or maybe they call it bi-monthly, right? Every other month. Quarterly makes sense. Those magazines are all quarterly now. They're not even monthly. They go boom, 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 right? January, February, March, right? That's whatever they call it. They usually call it the winter. No, actually they don't. They do that seasons. All right, whatever. Oh, maybe they call that the fall, because it's 4 months. It's 4, 8, 12. No, I got it wrong. Okay. Wait, fall, winter, spring, summer. Yeah. Is that more than quarterly? Anyway, the point is, do it yearly. Just do it yearly. Do it all in one. Have it ready to go. Show it to an advertiser or a potential, but just do one. That's what you say to the person at the front. Go, look, I need advertisers for this. I know you want that. I need that, but I need to show them something, okay? And if I show them this, they go, oh, got it. All right, you do that. All right, you do that, but try to stay with them. Don't go and shop it around to each and every guy. Once you find it, and if the person feels legit, right, you just say, look, I don't have the money. I'm not gonna lie. I'm that person. I'm putting it together. I'm that person, but I need an advertiser to pay the money that you're thinking. which I'm not gonna lie, I want 100,000. I know you want 100,000. You know, I know you want that, but I need to have the advertiser be able to pay that. And honestly, you know how much it is for 100,000 copies at the price I want to put it at? I want to put it at $3.99. All right, times 100,000. You do the math. That's what an advertiser has to pay. All right, how much is that seriously? 399 times 100 is 39. So 1,000 is $390. See where it's going. And then 100,000, a lot more than that. A lot more than that. That's why you gotta go international. Do you distribute international? Well, that's a thing. I say, and that's the problem. That's the problem. You gotta have someone there, I think. And then you gotta have someone distribute it. So you wanna have that person shoot. I say just do it yourself. Do it yourself. Just get it out there. Right? But then you go, oh my God. But if you do it yearly, you're fine. Think about it. Just do it yourself. Pay yourself, right? Make sure to pay yourself, right? Because that's the answer. Because here's the thing no one tells you. You go, ooh, that $3.99 I'm going to make 100%. No. You make half of that, if even that. Because you got to share that with whoever sells it. They're the one with the storefront. Oh, that's where you go, shoot, there's no money. Yeah, there's no money. So you got to figure that out. Yeah, that $8.99 or $13.99, whatever. They got to share that with Barnes & Noble. How much do they share? So they make the little, not the lot. That's why they go. That's why we have advertisers there. But then advertisers go, how do we make money? So that's the part where I'm having a little hard time. Because I say QR code should do it. They're all putting that at the bottom right. I go, if you do it real big, does it look kind of like, really? Or is there an incentive to say, yeah, I want to scan that? They used to do that little insert. Does anyone even put that in anymore? You know what I mean? To subscribe. It should honestly be. And that's where he kind of got it, but he didn't. If he would have just done the magazine and he would have kept the little insert that says, but don't pay us, just have us ship it to you. We pick up the tab. Then you do that to the advertiser. You go, see, we have real subscribers. Or you have them pay for it. But you got to have, like, okay, National Geographic does that, right? They do that, right? They sell them also at stores and everything, but they're all over the place. It's called branding. You know, National Geographic, heavy, right? Heavy. I'm sure they cut back, or maybe not. I don't know how they got the money. But anyway, and the people that get featured in that, I don't know if they get featured. I think it's more National Geographic that way you know it, right? But everybody knows National Geographic. They got books. They, you know, I don't know if they sell, but you know they're there. What do they do to the books that don't sell? Right? Does anybody ask that? I mean, seriously, I went to the bookstore. Again, you can get our book, but I'm like, you know how many books are here? How many actually get sold of them? And at what point do they kind of like, okay, they just don't sell? I saw a kid reading a novel, comic, and I'm like, that's good for you. Because he's off, you know? That gets him smart, guarantee it. Then another kid was like, ooh, spider. And he picked it up, and his father was like, oh, okay. But yeah, and I'm like, okay, so manga is a thing, you know, but they're sold together. You really got to have them out. The ones that are out, they go, ooh, they pick it up, they go, you know. So it's good for the kids. It's good for the kids. And then they have those things where they have very smart. Barnes & Noble, Long Beach, love you. I've been there, and I go, okay, should I do a promotion there? Because really, it's not hard. You just say, hey, I'm an author. This is my book. Do you have any open? Right? Especially when, you know, you got to be safe still. You know, that's that. They cut it off for a while because of coronavirus. So they said nope, and then they made it look like a, yeah. But they're revamping it. So I say good job. But I don't like the new revamp at Barnes and Noble. It's I guess more yummy, but I don't like it. It looks like Walden Books. Do you remember that? They went belly up. So I hope Barnes and Noble doesn't go that way. Anyway, so that's. Did they get a special? They probably got a special because they put half of it that way, and the other half is like the old way. And I'm like, why do you go backwards? It doesn't make sense. So that's the answer. Oh, I get it. They want to compartmentalize all the little like, oh, they're doing a Borders thing, but small. It's not going to work. It looks cool. It looks cool, especially the game. They have a little game section. They have toys. They have games. See that? It's not a bookstore. It's an everything store. A guy did buy a vinyl record there, so you never know. But does it pay the bills at the end? And that's what you got to account for. So if you're going to be in like Barnes & Noble, you got to pay them a certain percentage. Okay? All right, that's what you need to know. And that's good, but you got to promote it. If they don't promote you, they do not care. You got to be big. You got to be the big bucks. Then they care. Okay, it's kind of like, where do you want to be on the shelf? If you want to be in the front, you pay a little premium. That's the answer. If you want to get to the very front and you want to compete, you pay for it. That's the answer. So you go, why does the person get way in the back? They honestly, like that one that I saw, they get in the back part because they're so tall. They are. And they stand up way in the back. but they have a good cover. It's called Jennifer Lawrence, okay, Interview Magazine. Literally, it's just a combination of interviews that they had. They must be published somewhere, right? Tell me that interview is published, or do they release it at some point? Because that's an interesting interview. Jennifer Lawrence. Hold on, Jennifer Lawrence. Who did I say? Oh, Cameron Diaz. Okay. Cameron Diaz interview. Let's see. Cameron Diaz collab. That was interesting. June 21st. Oh, comedy. Okay. Here's, yeah, everybody else is posting it too. Jennifer Lawrence opens up about the reality. See, I didn't even know this until you kind of see. You go, oh, this was the thing. You knew. Yeah, Adele, Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Lawrence unite. This is on Pinterest. Wow. All right. Got it, Jen. Oh, she literally said, I only want to do R-rated movie. Oh, of course you do. Right. And the kids are like, wow, thanks a lot. Let's see. All right. Well, so I'm looking for the video in style. Adele, J-Law. They call her J-Law. Is that? I got confused. I thought it was the other guy. And Cameron Diaz. And I'm like, when did that happen? The Law with Jennifer Lawrence. Well, let me see videos, because I would want to see that interview. Well, if it was on, and I think it was like on FaceTime or something, they were there because they kind of handhold them, and they say, okay, and then they're there, and then, yeah, usually an intern. They send an intern. They don't send, yeah. Writers charge a lot for that, so they completely bypass the writers, which is smart when you think about it. So, all right, well, look, and I say this, sometimes they say, and I know it's all over the place because you go, but I did that. Because I've had it. People go, do they even listen? I go, well, they do. We know they do because we watch the names, and, you know, we have people that like us, you know, and they do follow what we do, thank God. But, I don't know. Then you do a magazine. They go, ooh. We go, all right, good, hear about that, right? So get the person that's ooh about it, because they just want to be in a magazine, to be honest. But have them give you the money in advance, because they renege, right? They renege. All of a sudden they're in that magazine. You go, what happened? Like I thought we talked. Do it. Wow. Okay. So now, because a lot of magazines do that, especially, you know, the little ones. I've met a couple. There was one. I was at an event, and I was like, it was I got in there, honestly, it was awesome. But she had a magazine. It started with a G. I cannot remember it. Anyway, and I said, ooh, that's smart. And then, honestly, I'd be like, still tape that, have video for that, because then that goes next level when it gets out, because you may have something really good. So have a camera with you. She was a really good interviewer. But they do this little thing with that's why I say, ooh, be careful. So in everything show, right? But they do this with the phone. And then they do that because they just transcribe it. They don't even put that up there. Which I say do it, you know. So the smart ones, which do radio, you've seen them. Sometimes they'll like have a mic, you know, and they don't care because that's all they have. They might have an iPhone, which I say just do that then, but have something. So the smart ones, they brand the mic on it, and they put the logo of, you know, the station that they're working with, or, you know, the brand that they're working with. But make sure they pay you. That's 100%. And then, back to that woman. I should ask her. I bet she'd work well. I gotta find her. Anyway, she was in the interviews. I don't know if she did more interviews, but she did, and she did like a Latin thing. She's not. I don't think she's Latin. She's more Greek, I think. Anyway, but very smart, very smart. And she had. And I looked at her magazine. I didn't buy it because it was, I think, she talked about it on her Facebook. And so I said, huh, that's interesting. And I remember wanting to team up because I'm like, okay, you guys are used to this. Why don't you do it? And we will promote you on the show. I've had that multiple times. I go, why don't you be on the show? Oh, I did promote her. Okay, I did. Okay, got it. The other one. Anyway, and then they get with the big ones. Okay, I'll give you an example. I went on a cruise because of one person that actually, you know, I was connected to. She's the one that hired me. She said, hey, do you want to go on the cruise? We need, you know, people that will promote it. I go, yes. Got a cruise out of it. Fun cruise. Mexico, right? It was a fun cruise. And they're back. Are they working with her? No, because they take your people and then they do it themselves. That's why they get emailed. That's what you need to know. So you always got to keep it fresh. So you always got to be pulling in new people. You always got to be pulling in new people, okay? And she got a lot of people that I guarantee they promote a little, not a lot. They don't promote. I'm pretty sure they don't. Because when I was there on the carpet, I'm like, okay. And I would send sometimes. I used to do this. It took a lot of time. I would send interviews or tag them, right? If they had social. And I go, you got 3 followers. What's going on with that? You know, maybe 8 max. And you're like, okay. And then you go, oh, why don't you promote it? No. Well, you just got featured in a magazine. You got pretty, like, come on. No. That magazine wants you to promote. They need the name out there. No. Makes you look good. It's the weird. And then they post once. You got to post multiple times. I know, I get it, because sometimes I feel like I'm over, right? But sometimes the person you don't know, you know, so I do. People used to say, you post all the time. I had something posting for me, to be honest. That's what it was. They're like, you're up all night of the. Sometimes I am, especially with the stuff I'm doing. But and that's the point. Now that I don't have an hour show at the beginning every single day, I have more time for other. I just go, what do I do with that? So that's the answer. Because I've been already like with, you know, so an hour, is it worth it? I don't know. You know, to work on other things, or should I just, you know? I know I'm having that moment. What do I do? Right? Because you go, because you ever call it a pivotal moment? There are pivotal moments that happen. You go, okay, one door, bye-bye. The other door, what do you do with that? What is it you do with that? If you do, then you get something eventually, or you don't, and you just let it happen. I have gone my way thinking it'll happen when it happens. I'm not going to rush. I'll give you an example. Relationships, okay? I swore off relationships at one point. I said, nope, not going to happen. And then somebody called me out of the blue and says, hey, why don't you, you know, this person? I said, Then I had a dream prior to that, and it was like, open yourself up. Well, that went belly up, so what's up about that? So I say, okay, you know what? No, I put myself in work. That's it. I put myself in work. Not going to worry about the rest. So there you go. But, and I say that because I say, if you, no matter who you are, if you have something and you want to do something, do it, but put it out there so people can actually, you know, at some point they could see it, read it, and or watch it, and you make money at it. That way, you know, because you don't want to focus on relationships. That's dumb. You know, every single story I see, you have relationships, and then they go belly up, and then they go, oh my God. I go, you could have made millions with that, you know, seriously. I could, if I just didn't go, you know, I could have made millions, technically. You know, no, probably not, because I'm a lot smarter now. Anyway, the point is this, okay? I was always going to be that. Whatever. The point is, so did it make me smart? I think it made me smart because I don't want to focus on any of that, right? I'm not about relationships. I could care less about relationships. Don't want relationships. I'm single for life. That's what I'm going to do. That's going to be my little, oh, I got a shirt thing coming. I know I'm all over the place. I get that. But the point is this, okay? When one, you go, okay, maybe that's the universe saying, you got to move on. I say, you know what? It probably does say that because I just am not listening. So I am going to let it go, and I'm not going to do anything. But then you go, wait, you got to pay bills. That's true. So I got to do something. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting out as much as possible out there. And then whatever hits will hit, and whatever will land will land. And then some go, that's haphazard. I go, that's true. That is haphazard. Okay, forget that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say just land. Okay, seriously, because something's got to land. Something's got to make, something's got to, you know. Because I have a lot of people, they're putting stuff out there, and sometimes it goes bye-bye. But I say, no, it's all right. What did you learn? Do that. I really got to do the biz show. It is boring as all get out. But somehow it inspires people. Maybe we got to do that. No, he doesn't call me back. He's so busy. All right, so look. I know. He's got money for days. But look, here's the thing, okay? I don't even know. All right. Well, I'll figure it out. But anyway, you see what happens. We appreciate you. So just, you know, look, I always say this. Help someone out. You never know. So help someone out. I've been helping people out. They did not listen. So you get it. Seriously. So if anything, have fun while doing it. Oh, let me put it on a high note. Here it is. Okay. Let me give you an example of a magazine. The reason you want to do a magazine is just do it. Put in the time, but have money to do it. They say. I say, no, you don't need money. All you need is time. That's what you need. Time. Okay. I'm going to say it. I probably shouldn't. I always say it. And then I'm like, shoot, why did I do that? So, okay. I'm going to say there are certain things that you could do for very cheap. I saw someone do it, and I'm not going to lie. I was like, I know what that is. Canva. Okay, there it is. There's the answer. Okay, just go get it. Okay, get it. Canva, put it there, save it, print it out. There's your magazine. That's the answer. It's that simple. But make it look good. Don't make it look cheap. Don't make it, I'm not gonna lie, I did some videos on YouTube. I said, what are you doing? So, and people put it out there. I love that community. The community on YouTube are very smart. They don't hold on to that. What's wrong with y'all people? Seriously, YouTube, they do smart. And they say, okay, you know what? I am going to share what I do with you. I saw pins being done. Pins, little pins. So cute. Right? You're like, who buys that? Who cares who buys it? Make it cute. Sell it. They found a distributor. I follow her, I think. Anyway, and she said, yeah, I got like 100 for pennies on the dollar. Literally like $3 for 100 pins. You know how much she sells them for? Who cares? Right? $8 to $12. Maybe 13, 14, 15 bucks, depending. But she don't do licensed stuff. Don't do licensed stuff. Do something cute. Do it. Send them. You could do that. She goes, well, this product is not that good. This product is not that good. And this product is not that good. She goes for perfection. I say, don't care about that. Just put them out there. Put a little exhibit. Don't put a bunch. Just put a little exhibit. Just a few. Keep them in the bag. Say, do you want that? She promoted it on her Instagram. Okay? She has a good following. And then she ships them out. She puts in the shipping. Sends it out. Boom. Within so much time, she has hundreds of dollars, and she rinses and repeat that again and again. That's it. Then I say, go next level, write a book, right? Have that as an intellectual property at some point, but write a book. That way you can prove, see, it's a story. Then you sell it with that book. There you go. You have a base. And even if you don't sell a book, who cares? At some point, you go next level with something else, or you do pins forever. But it makes a lot of money if you sell pins, but you go get the distributor. Sorry. You could get a distributor, but don't get a distributor. That's way too much time. You get a, that's not a distributor. What's the word? Oh, the manufacturer. A lot of them are Asia made. But you get those. Oh, man, that's going to be a problem if we go to war. They're not ready here, huh? They charge $5. That's a problem. And I say that. I say, this is why you want to make sense with China. China has, and people go, yeah, but their sweatshops. So what? So what? India's a sweatshop. They have sweatshops all the time. They like sweating. No, whatever. The point is this, okay? They do it for cheap. You know why? They pay, I hope. But the point is, they figure it out, okay? They go, somebody still buys this? Okay, awesome. And they do that. But they do that and a bunch of other stuff, right? Can you do it yourself? No. It's too hard. I've seen people try to do themselves. I go, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Do metal. You'll be fine. Pins. They're in. They're a thing. And people make money. You want to make a little money, do a pin. Go look up that on YouTube. You will get smart so quick. I would tell you the person. I honestly don't remember the person. Anyway, the point is this, okay? Pins, okay? Buy it for $3.99. 100 of them. You send them your art. All right, make sure it's vector. You got to do it vector. They go, well, how to do vector? There's a way to do it, but just look it up. And then don't do somebody else's, because they'll find it. They're so quick. They'll find it. Someone will say, it looks like that. I've had people do that. They go, it looks like that. Well, it's not that, but whatever. And then I go, maybe it does look like that, but I'll go do research. I do a Google search, to be honest, on certain stuff that I put out there, and I go, okay, is it a thing? No, it's not. But I'm so glad I didn't put that ship out there. That ship is a thing, and it came out in a 2018 movie. I go, how did that happen? Did an illustrator see something that they shouldn't have? So yeah, you gotta be careful of that, because you'll get sued at some point. They say, that's our ship. Go, that is your ship. That's so weird. So I'm glad I didn't do that. That's the answer. Okay, so be careful with what you put out there. There you go. But if someone takes it, in a way, you gotta say, dude, we did it first. They go, no, you didn't. Oh, shoot, you did it first. Never mind. It's getting out there. So there's going to be a lot of copies of stuff. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I saw some stuff, and I was like, that's in the movie. How'd you get that? They go, I don't know. All right. So you got. Anyway, I said it would happen. It's going to happen, but, don't get sued over it. So you got to pull it. Back to Twitter. Twitter, you got to pull it, man. Just, there's so much going on. People are trying to tell you, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They may not even have Twitter. They may not even care for Twitter. They don't care. But don't do it. You're going to do yourself in. $44 billion. Let it go, man. There's a reason it worked before you got there. Don't do the whole thing. I get SpaceX, got that. But let sell that. Sell that. He's like, no, I'm not going to sell that. Exactly. They would probably change the name, but it's not even known that well. SpaceX, right? I like it, though. I'm not going to lie. It's cool. It sounds like a name of a show. But that's the answer. So I've had so many people come to me. I had one person come to me, and they said, this is way ago. I was like, shoot, should have taken my own advice. I said, well, okay, you have a magazine. They said, yes. They go, what do we do with it? Do a show. I said it was so quick, and they were taking notes. I'm like, oh, you're really picking my mind. That's what I'm not going to lie. I was like, I know nothing, but I'm a very quick learner. Now I know a lot more, but if I say that, then they go, oh, you're that. Yeah, well, do you want it? So, they may have picked up the tab for a sandwich. I still like her. She's still a friend. So the point is, did she do it? No. Should she? Yes. Then if she did, she'd be like, that's my idea. And I gave you that idea, but whatever. Because it's right there. I said, do a show. It's simple. Take a magazine and do a show out of it. I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing a show and I'm making a magazine of it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, that's the story. So get to it. All right, people, make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember life is worth living. Live it well. Bye-bye, everyone.